my name is Lynn.
And my name is Lisa, and this is my grandson, Brayden, and our dog, Image.
And we're here at the Humane Society of San Bernardino Valley in San Bernardino, California. We're inside the Joyce Martin Education Center, and Mrs. Martin was a speech therapist and a teacher for the San Bernardino City Unified School District. She's also a co-founder of the Humane Society. Lisa and I are humane education teachers, and it is our job to ask you to think. We're asking you to think about what you say, and we're asking you to think about what you do. But then we're asking you to ask yourself a question. And the question is, are my words and are my actions going to be helpful, or are they going to be harmful and hurtful? We're asking you to predict, look into the future, and ask yourself, what are the consequences of my words? What are the consequences of my actions? Will I be making a helpful difference? And today, Brayden and Image are here to help us discover ways that we can be making a helpful difference in caring for our pets. So we're going to be talking about pet care. We're also going to be talking about how to be safe around animals. So do you think that Image would be very happy if he was covered with fleas?
No.
No. And fleas are really tiny. Fleas, if you're reading in your literature book and you come to the end of a sentence, you'll see that period there, and that period is about the size of a flea. So Lisa, is there a way that Brayden could see if Image has any fleas?
Yes. Brayden, what can you do with this comb?
Brush his neck to his back.
Okay.
And is this like a normal comb?
It is not. If you notice, the teeth are a lot closer together so that they can catch any kind of bugs that might be on Image.
So let's test that comb.
Look in the comb.
Does he have any fleas?
No.
No. And I saw that you only went in one direction with that comb. Why don't you go up and down like
Because
this?
it might be uncomfortable if you go like this and his hair will go up.
Okay. Nice decisions for Image. Thank you, Brayden. So another parasite is the tick. And the tick is about half the size of your little finger, but when they suck the blood, their body gets bigger and it becomes the size of about your thumb. Now, do you think Image would like to have ticks?
No.
No. And another parasite, another bug that we can check for is ear mites. Ear mites are microscopic, so you can't see them with your eye, but if the dog or the cat is shaking their head, if they're scratching at their ears, they might have ear mites. So you would take them to a veterinarian, take them to an animal hospital, and have them check for those ear mites. Again, because they're microscopic. Something that you could see, Brayden, are foxtails. And the foxtails could get in the dog's eyes, they can get in their nose, they can get in their mouth, they can get during the pads of their feet. So let's check to make sure that Image does not have any foxtails.
Okay. No.
No? Good job.
Wait, let me check his nose.
Yeah, check the other ear.
Okay.
Okay.
He was checking his nose.
Yeah, both of them are fine.
Good. Oh, good. Another way that we could take proper care of animals is that we make sure that their toenails are not too long. Just like our fingernails will grow and grow and grow, their toenails can get too long. They actually can curl up into the pad of their feet. So do you want to check, make sure that his toenails are not too long?
Yeah. Excuse me. Not too long. That one's not that too long either.
Now, it looks like Image has a very nice coat, but sometimes when animals have a long fur, sometimes it can get matted, it can get all twisted. Could he comb and brush his fur if he gets it matted?
No.
So, nice job, thank you.
Thank you.
You know, one thing that we're talking today about is being safe around animals. And we talk about not going up to animals that are sleeping or not going up to animals that are eating. And Image, I know, is a different type of dog. I know he has a special job to do. So he is trained that even if Brayden were to go up to him because he is sleeping, it would be okay. But it's only because he's a special type of dog.
Correct. Image is a therapy dog. He is 7 years old. He's been a therapy dog for the last 2 years. And yes, he has been trained that if he is accidentally bumped or touched when he is asleep, he does not get frightened.
So thinking about how to be safe then around animals. Usually, Brayden, would you go up to a dog that's sleeping?
No.
No. And Lisa, why is it okay to go up again to Image? And what happens if they would go up to a dog that wasn't trained like Image?
Well, because Image is trained, he is safe to be around when he is eating, sleeping, drinking water. If he was not trained, what might he do, Brayden?
Bite you.
Because why?
Because he might think that you're taking his food or water.
And what happens if you bump him if he's asleep? What could that make him feel?
Frightened.
Yes, very good.
Now, do you think he's just being mean? And if dogs were to bite, do you think it's just because they're being mean?
No.
No. Sometimes they just get frightened, they get scared. They have feelings just like we do. So if you wanted to take a dog for a walk, how would we do that? Because we're talking about being safe around animals. So how would you safely take a dog for a walk? Would you go by yourself?
No. You should go with a trusted friend or an adult.
Go with a trusted friend, go with an adult. So, is your grandma an adult? So, do you think you and Image could go for a walk with your grandma?
Yes.
Okay.
But before we do that, he has to have on what?
A leash and a collar.
Yes. And what else needs to be on that collar? What is that?
It's a tag.
Yes. And what other kind of identification does Image have that they can't see? What is it called?
A microchip.
A microchip. Can you say that again a little louder?
A microchip.
Yes, sir. All right, so now we're going to take him for a walk. If you hold the leash like this and he pulls, what just happened?
He ran away.
Show the proper way to hold this leash. That's correct. Oh, put it back on. There you go. All right, and let's take him for a walk. job.
Now, when you went for a walk, I know you had a collar on. How did you make sure that his collar was just right when you went for a walk, so it wouldn't be too tight?
You need to use 2 finger spaces.
2 fingers to measure so it fits just right. Okay. And so now let's say that you are going to a friend's home and you happen to see a dog that you do not know and it's approaching you. Are you going to turn around and run the other way?
No.
No. Are you going to yell and scream at the dog to go away? No. So if you were all by yourself and if you were just going next door to a friend's home and then you saw this dog, what are your choices and what are your decisions? What are you going to make? Remember, you're predicting out into the future. You're thinking about the consequences of your actions. So what would you do to keep yourself safe around a dog that you did not know? The dog is walking toward you. What would you do? Good job. You're going to stand and just look like a tree. Your eyes are focused on the ground. Your hands are next to you. Very good. So the dog comes up to you, might sniff you or smell you, and that's just to get to know you. But then the dog would be walking away. Nice job. Thank you.
Pat yourself on the back. Job well done. And one last thing I would like to add, Mrs. Hildebrand. If we're going to take our dogs for a walk, Brayden, how do we test the ground to make sure it's safe?
Put your hand on the floor for about 3 seconds.
Exactly. Nice job, because they don't wear shoes like you do.
Nope.
So let's say that you and I are out walking. And we happen to see another person who's walking their dog. And we make an observation. We see that the dog is on a leash. We see that the dog is not jumping or barking. It seems like to be a really well-behaved dog. So you would like to pet that dog. Are you going to just go up and pet that dog? No, that would be rude. That's not being very nice. So if you want to pet that dog, but you're not going to just go up and pet it, you need to have permission. And because you and I are walking together, you would need to ask me. You ask me first. So you ask me, may I pet that dog?
May I pet that dog?
Do you know what? It's not my dog, so I cannot give you permission. So let's ask the person who is walking the dog if we could pet their dog. You want to ask her?
May I pet your dog?
Yes, you may pet my dog.
Does he bite?
No, he does not bite.
What is his name?
His name is Image. And if you put your little hand in a ball and let him sniff it, then you may pet him.
So Brayden, I have a thinking question for you. If you asked, may I pet this dog? And now listen to this response. I want you to think about that.
Ask me if you can pet this dog, because I'm going to answer a little different.
Can I pet your dog?
Yeah, you can pet him. I just found him out in the parking lot. He's not my dog. Should you want to pet him?
No,
Why not?
because he's a stray dog.
And if I don't know him, I don't know if he's safe for you to touch. That was the correct answer. Good job. Thank you.
Thank you, Brayden. So Lisa and Brayden and Image and I would like to thank you very much for joining us today. We also want you to remember that your lives are very special, that your lives are very important. Each and every person has a talent and a gift and a skill. It's up to us to go and discover what we like to do in the world to make it a very kind and merciful and compassionate place in which to live. So we hope to see you later, and bye for now.
Bye, thank
Goodbye.
you.